Welcome to Passion Radio. I am your host, Kid Bagheera. These are the Seduction Files, where you, the people, the viewer, the listener, send in your crazy stories about seduction, and I read them and give my advice. And if you have a crazy seduction story, just email it to theseductionfiles87@gmail.com.
Let go.
We're going to get to it right away. We're going to pour up.
Ayy.
And I'm going to read this crazy seduction story from one of the viewers out there.
Shit, wow.
And y'all going to let me know what y'all think. I'm going to let y'all know what I think. And it's going to be a good time. Our first story starts off with Kiera in New York City. This is titled The Stairwell. We about to get to it. Let's go. Hello, my name is Kiera. I'm a long-time listener, first-time writer. I've always enjoyed listening to other people's escapades, thinking it will never be me. How wrong I was. But life makes a liar out of us every time. So with that being said, my story takes place in Manhattan, New York. That's right, the Big Apple, at my job. For obvious reasons, I won't say exactly where I work. Just know that I'm a radio tech at a chiropractor.
Oh, shit.
All right. It's getting juicy already. I like the sound of that. I'm going to take a drink real quick because I can tell this is going to be real interesting. I see many good-looking men on a daily, weekly basis, never letting my interest peak. I speak as necessary, keeping it very short and sweet, leaving everything to the imagination. I hear many things such as, damn, you mean, or sheesh, I can't get no small talk. And of course, they're right. I am mean, and I don't do small talk.
Girl, bye.
I have to maintain professionalism at all times.
Sounds good.
I'm not about to lose my job because some clown can't keep shit cool.
Makes sense, though.
What do you mean, you may ask?
What you mean?
This one time, long ago, I gave into my urges and let this guy that came into my place of work hit. The sex was A1, but he got mad stalky when he wanted to take things further and I didn't. Sex is one thing, but taking things too fast is a whole nother, which is why I don't shit where I eat. But unfortunately, I fell victim to him. That him with the quotes, yeah. I can already see where this is going. I'm going to take another drink.
I'm him.
Shit is about to get real interesting, I can tell. Now, I want to be perfectly clear when I say victim, that I'm not misleading anyone. No crime was committed that requires the attention from the police. Whew. Now that I've given some backstory, I can proceed with why I decided to write in today. On February 12, 2022 was the day my life would forever change. It started as a typical day until he came in for x-rays. Now, like I said, I see good-looking men all the time, but it was something about his package that was hitting different. As in his complete package, not just his manhood. His aura was everything. Most men had something wrong with them. It's how I was able to block them out. Too short, too fat, too skinny, too ashy, a little musty, no type of style. Really just things that allowed me to ignore them. But I could not ignore him at all. He stood 6'3", athletic build with a full beard that I wanted to wet up with all my juices at first glance. His eyes were dark brown that gave a fiery glow, like a bonfire late at night in them white folk movies. All up to this point, I could contain myself. I just kept telling myself his teeth are too crooked. That was going to be my escape. But unfortunately for me, or fortunately, depending on how you look at this, His teeth weren't crooked at all. That pretty white smile set me off. Whew, like a broken faucet. My panties were wet AF. Mr. Touchstone, if you're ready, we can go to the x-ray room now. I said, trying to maintain eye contact. But when he stood up, my eyes went straight down, which is what I wanted to do to him. All right. Yeah, she about to get all types of fucked up. His print was larger than most. I mean, I've seen all types of bulges, but whew, had me weak AF. I licked my lips, taking a deep breath, biting my bottom lip. He stood there smirking, looking me up and down. His caramel chocolate skin glimmered in the under. His caramel chocolate skin. Whoa, shit. Hold on. Let me get a drink because I'm fucking up. Hold on. All right. Here we go. His caramel chocolate skin glimmered under the light like glaze on a Thanksgiving turkey. The waves in his head were deeper than the ocean itself. But the tsunami I was about to bring was going to match them. Oh, wow. Kiera sounds like a real freak in them sheets. I led him to the x-ray room, putting a little spice in my walk. Being that I'm only 5'4", very petite, slim thick, as Fabulous once said, I know my body type is very much desired out here in these streets.
Very
With
much so.
my milk chocolate skin, I'm irresistible to many. Hazel eyes along with juicy lips. Plus, my hair stays laid. Many different hairstyles, yes. But the thick box braids are my favorite. On that day, my hair simply in a ponytail as I was in between hairstyles. Whoo! I'm gonna let you know right now, Kiera, you are very desirable. I must say so. And that ain't no cap. I'm gonna drink on that because you sound fire. Fire AF, that is. As I walked, looked back over my shoulders, smirking. I knew he was fixated on how my hips rocked side to side, the way I made my booty bounce slowly as I walked down the hall. Only made him want me even more by the way he looked down at me. I opened the door, letting him walk in. I closed my eyes, taking a deep whiff of his scent as he walked by me. I closed my eyes, biting my bottom lip, feeling my insides percolate. I thank God no one was outside in the hallway, going inside, closing the door behind us. I instructed Mr. Touchstone what to do so that I could take his x-rays. The whole time I fantasized about him blowing my back out.
Oh.
I knew that he was doing the same thing by the way he looked at me. All right, so it's matching energy. I like that. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. He grabbed his shaft, slowly caressing it through his shorts. I flicked my tongue at him, lifting my shirt up, showing him my breasts, pinching my nipples. He blew a kiss at me, making his chest bounce. I pulled my shirt down, coming from behind the wall, opening the door. All right, Mr. Touchstone, you can go back to your room to change. I'll be in shortly with further instructions, I said softly, looking him in his eyes. He licked his lips, nodding his head, walking back to the room. All right. Shit look like it's getting interesting. All right. Taking a drink. Hold on. I watched him walk back the entire way, ready to jump on him. I went back into the x-ray room, gathering his x-rays for the doctor. I let a few minutes go by, then headed to his room. I knocked on the door, slowly opening it. I came in, closing the door behind me. I moaned, catching him undressed from the waist down. I licked my lips with anticipation, gazing into his eyes with lust. He stood there smirking, making it jump. I pressed my back up against the wall, putting my left hand inside my pants. I stuck my middle and ring finger inside of me. He began to slowly stroke himself as I fingered myself. I pulled my fingers outside of me, smirking. "Give me some," he asked. I shook my head, putting my fingers inside my mouth. "Ha," he smirked, pulling his jeans up. "You mad?" I asked, smiling. "Nah, you want to tease, so I'm going to tease back," he said in a smooth tone. I rolled my eyes, slowly walking backwards to the door. "Where you going?" he asked, softly smirking. "Wouldn't you like to know?" I asked, cocking my head to the side. "I'd actually like for you to meet me in the stairwell when I leave," he replied, putting on his jacket. "I guess I could go on a quick break," I responded, agreeing to meet him in the stairwell. I left out his room, going to my office to file some paperwork. I waited for about 5 minutes, giving him some time with the doctor, then waited another 5 minutes for him to wait on me.
Just wait on it.
So that's what y'all women really be doing. Y'all really just be having niggas waiting for no reason. That shit crazy.
Shameful.
I left my office, leaving out, making sure no one saw me take the stairs. Psst, I heard from the bottom of the stairs. I walked down the stairs thinking how he knew it was me. Granted, more than most people are lazy, which means they're not going to take the stairs. So all in all, it must have been fate. Because when I arrived to the bottom of the stairs, Mr. Touchstone was standing there under the stairwell with his jeans wrapped around his ankles, stroking himself. Without hesitation, I dropped to my knees, moving his hand, wrapping my mouth around his dick. He softly moaned, grabbing the back of my head, tightening his grip. I dug my nails into his thighs, sucking with no hands. "Ooh, shit," he moaned, looking down on me. I pulled back, smirking, jacking him off, looking up into his eyes. "You like that?" I asked. He slowly nodded his head, wanting me to put it back in my mouth. I spit on it, shoving it back down my throat. Whoo, shit. It's getting nasty up in the stairwell. Hey, I'm going to New York, okay? I'm going to the goddamn chiropractor looking for you because, hey, under the stairwell, some freaky shit. It really, really, really sounds like some OnlyFans shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. So, hold on. Before I get back to it, I got to take a drink on that. Because, goddamn. All right, let's get back to it. He placed his right hand on the bottom of the stairwell for balance. Ha! I'm on, continuing to do my thing. His left hand gripped the back of my head tighter. He moved my head back and forth faster. His breathing got deeper the harder I sucked. Shit! He moaned, getting weak in the knees. I began jacking him faster while sucking harder. His grip got tighter, and that's when I knew it was time for the cream filling. He started to shake, holding on to the bottom of the stairwell, exploding in my mouth. I'm on, swallowing it, getting up, smirking. He fell back onto the wall, catching his breath. I wiped the slop from my mouth, standing there gazing into his eyes. He slowly pulled up his jeans, breathing heavily. Damn, he moaned, looking back into my eyes, smiling. "What you doing for Valentine's Day?" he asked.
"Oh, freaker,"
I answered, shaking my head. "I want to spend it with you inside of another stairwell," he responded. I agreed. We went on to exchange numbers. He walked up to me, kissing me in the mouth, leaving me wanting for more, especially since he kind of left abruptly. Something about having to get back to the office. Work things, you know. I don't know about work things, quote unquote. Sounds like he got to get back to another bitch, but hey, we gonna keep going and we gonna find out. After work that day, I went straight to my hairdresser, getting 2 goddess braids down my back. I wanted something simple that could get ruined, yet still sexy if things don't get too crazy. For the next 48 hours, Mr. Touchstone was the only thing I thought about. I couldn't wait to ride his face. The anticipation drove me up the walls. I played with myself many times to the flashback of me blowing him. Then finally, Valentine's Day was finally here. It was time for me to get my back blown out. And blown out I did indeed. When I tell you a time was had, KB, I mean a time was had. The setup of the bottom of the stairwell was more than I expected. Candles were lit, a blanket was laid out. If I had an OnlyFans, I would have been lit. He had a card with chocolates plus some wine. So you know I got toasted. And as I stated several times, I wanted to wet his beard up, which I did. Which he thoroughly enjoyed that. My Valentine's Day couldn't have been any better. My favorite part was from the back when he pulled both my braids. That shit felt so amazing. That is crazy that I had pointed out the OnlyFans thing and then she mentioned it herself. Like, because that's what it sounds like, this stairwell shit. Like, this shit is just crazy, man. I gotta take a drink on that. Great minds think alike. I gotta go find Kiera. However, afterwards is when things went left. Sure, we screwed like rabbits for months, but that was it. There was no getting to know each other or anything like that. He just texted me a rock emoji when he wanted me. Being that I wasn't seeing anyone at the time, I went for it like a dumbass. Knowing better, but not doing better, a true mistake on my part. A few more months went by of the same thing when something unexpected happened. He invited me over to his house. I was jumping for joy because at this point, it was about goddamn time he did. It wasn't going out into the city, but at least it wasn't in no damn stairwell. I get it was our thing, but every time, that shit had got old real quick.
Wow.
Not to dwell on that, but you get my point. The night of August 15th changed my life forever. I got myself together looking real good. I thought I was going to get a 5-star cooked meal and finally some A1 sex in a bedroom. Or at least just not in the open. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like you're finally getting to, you know, where you want to be, you know, not in the stairwell and, you know, whatnot. Just real quick, niggas are only going to do what you allow them to do. If you continuously allow us to do one thing, that's what we're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is, you know? So ladies, you have to, you know, set the tone and let it be known what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. Because if you don't, you'll just end up doing what the nigga want to do. But anyway. So, I get there, but a woman opens the door. My face with instant confusion. Because who the fuck is this bitch? Is she the maid, his sister, cousin? Who? Because I'm confused AF right now. Mind you, I haven't stepped inside wondering why he hasn't come to the door yet. Does she not know? The bitch ass smirking, looking to her left? Figures. She replied to whom I didn't know, but I assume Mr. Touchstone, since it was his house, I assume as well. In a rage, I bust the door open. Hey! Another woman yelled, upset. I made her spill her drink, but I didn't give a fuck. She was going to spill more than her drink if I didn't get answers soon. Kiera, you made it, I heard from a distance. I somewhat calmed down hearing Mr. Touchstone's voice. He came into the doorway looking, smelling good as ever. I instantly melted on the inside, but not letting him see that. What's going on? I shouted in confusion. Relax. This is my wife, Tony, and my girlfriend, Naya.
Nigga, what?
He said in the most common tone I've ever heard. Not even 2 seconds later, I had Naya's throat in my right hand. Yo, chill, is all I heard that motherfucker say. But I ignored him and kept choking her. Yo, she's pregnant, he yelled, causing me to release my grip. Although I didn't want to, I had to. Motherfucker, so am I. And her motherfucking neck ain't pregnant. I screamed, mushing her back. We know.
Huh?
He responded, too chill for my liking. The fuck you mean, we know? I asked, confused once again. I cloned your phone, he quickly replied.
Stop playing.
I never felt so, in my life. I instantly regretted February 12th, 2022. I hated myself. I hated him, his child, his stupid ass wife, along with his dumb ass girlfriend. I had so many questions, but I knew now wasn't the time. I was going to have to play nice to get my answers. So unfortunately, like a dumbass, I played nice, never really getting any answers. I eventually moved in on some poly shit, gave birth to a beautiful baby girl I named Summerlie, to remind me that the summer does lie. His son that I'm carrying in my stomach as I write you this will be named Winterlie, to remind me that the winter lies, which essentially was the biggest lie of all. That truly was the event of my demise. I never wanted to be on some poly shit. I wanted to be married. When I decided to have kids, somehow I lost sight of what I wanted in the long term for something I wanted in the short term. In the end, I suppose it is what it is. Shit happens to the best of us. Finally, what is your advice for me? Before I give any advice, let me take a drink on that, because whew. Let me get another one. Hold on. All right. So, for one, let me just say I fuck with the names. Winterlie and Summerlie. And the meaning behind them. I fuck with that. You know what I mean? I really do. But it sounds like you feel as if you're trapped. And, you know, you're not. You can leave at any point, right? You can leave at any moment. And if he's on some shit where he wants to keep the kids, let him. You know what I mean? Like, no one has to know about this but you. And what I mean by that is, if you decide to say, you know what, you can have these kids, I'm out of here, that's cool. You know what I mean? You are the master of your campus, meaning you're painting your story. You're painting your own picture, right? So as long as you're on your P's and Q's with the next dude, he has no reason to dig into your past. It's only when you start to do fuck shit that he'll go digging. You know what I mean? So you really can just wipe your hands of it. Be out of there. You know what I mean? But if that's not the route you want to go and you don't really want to leave the kids, because it kind of sounds like you don't really even want the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like in this situation. So, you know, you got caught up in the lust. You know what I'm saying? You got caught up in the seduction. It happens to the best of us. And you can get a fresh start. You can take the kids with you, or you can leave the kids there and make your decision. You know what I mean? One way or the other. But, you know, whatever you decide to do, just always make sure you know who you dealing with through and through. You know what I mean? Like the whole Stairwell shit, like that does sound cool. It sounds exciting. It sounds like some shit I want to do. You know what I mean? Truly, it is some shit I want to do. You know what I mean? But, you know, after the first few times, that's when you should have been like, well, wait a minute. Hold up. We ain't going on no dates. You ain't really trying to get to know me. You ain't asked to come to my crib. You ain't invited me to your crib. Like, what's up?
Shit,
you know
crazy.
I mean? You should have knew something then. You should have seen the red flags then. Like, I get the first few times because it's like, oh, it's our thing. That's where we met. That's where we first did it. But, yeah, no. You know what I mean? So, just in the future, look for those red flags. You know what I mean? And that is my advice to you. And hopefully you can get to a better place. You know what I mean? You can get to that other side where you're happy. Because it doesn't really sound like you're happy. You know what I mean? You're in a situation that you don't want to be in, you know? So you're obviously not happy. And you got to get out that situation one way or the other. You know what I mean? So take the kids, leave the kids, whichever you want to do. Hey, just be safe out here. But that is that. Be sure to email your crazy seduction stories to the seduction files 87@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to read them. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.
Okay.